All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakwakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work with true sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Mark 4 and 21. And these are the words in red, the words of Yahweh Shai. And he said unto them, Is a candle brought to be put under a bushel? Let's get these little footnotes. A lamp, basket. It says, Is a candle brought to be put under a bushel or under a bed and not be set on a candlestick or a lampstand? For there is nothing here which shall not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret, but it shall come abroad. So this is this candle that was given to us, this light stick. That's pertaining to the truth that we have. If you read about the book of Revelation, it talks about Yahweh Shai taking away your candlestick, or taking away your truth. If you're not executing according to the Lord's will, according to the Lord's expectations, then there is a danger of the Lord taking away your candlestick. And that's why it's always stressed. Diligence is always stressed when it comes to doing this work. Salat, this is not something that you do when you feel like. This is something that you do on a consistent basis, man. This work is exactly what it is. It's work. And that's what the scriptures speak about. Let's get Isaiah 60:1. This is Isaiah 60:1. So to the best of your ability, we are to put forth that work, man. And it says, Arise, shine, for that light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. So if you get that in the NLT, it says, Arise, Jerusalem, let your light shine for all to see. For the glory of the Lord rises to shine on you. That's his truth that been given to us. And we're supposed to let that light shine for all to see. And that light being our proclamation, our teaching of this truth. It says, darkness as black as night covers all the nations of the earth, because the scripture talk about how the world is in darkness, man. Let's go ahead and get that scripture. This is 1 Peter 2:9. It says, But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness, out of the world. So the world is by default is a place of darkness, into its marvelous light, which is the truth. That's why in Mark 4 and 21 it speaks about a candle, and a candle is an instrument of bringing forth light. It's like, and the scripture says that we're supposed to let our light shine before men. We're going to get that. Before we get that, let's get Ephesians 5 and 13. This is Ephesians 5 and 13. It says, let me see here. I'll start at verse 11. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, or the world. That we are called out of the world, we are called out of darkness, but rather reprove them. We are supposed to speak against the wickedness of this world. I'm trying to get the little footnote. No, don't worry about it. For it is shame you to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever does make manifest is light. So all things are reproved, made manifest by the light, or just truth. Let's get that in the NLT. It says, but the evil intentions will be exposed when the light shines on them. For the light makes everything visible. That's why it is said, Arise, O sleeper, and rise up from the dead, and Mashiach will give you light. So this light, you gotta understand how important it is to be a bearer of light, man. This is an assignment, a duty that we've been given by Yahweh Shai. Let's get Matthew 5 and 16. This is Matthew 5 and 16. It says, Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So it equates light with works. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works. That's part of our light, man. That's part of our bringing force of our light. That's part of our rising and shining, man. Like I said in Isaiah 61, arise and shine. Yeah, what shines? Light shines. It says here, let your light shine before men. And let's get the word shine. A beam that is radiant, brilliantly, live light, shine. So this work that we do, and also the conduct of our personal lives, it is a reflection of us being ambassadors of Yahweh Shai. And that's a very important thing to think about as you walk in your daily life, man. We're gonna go ahead and get Ecclesiastes 12:14. Let's get Salat. Ecclesiastes 12:14. It says, "For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment, whether every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil, our works, man. Every work will be brought into judgment. Everything that we do in this truth will be brought into judgment. And there will be and that's I stress that a lot. Well, I meditate upon that a lot. The judgment of our works, man. The judgment of the things that we do. And that's a scary thing. You think about it. There's consequences for the things that we do, the things that we say. There's even consequences for our thoughts. And that's where the fear of the Lord comes in. That's where, you're going to be begging and praying for the Lord to have mercy upon you. When you understand the heaviness and the seriousness of what we're involved in, it comes with a great scrutiny. You being this truth, it means you're going to be scrutinized. You're going to be examined. Not only by the Lord, but by brothers around you and by yourself. You're going to examine and scrutinize yourself. You should be. Because no false thing will be allowed, man. There's a purging that's going to take place. Let's get a Mark 4 chapter, I think it is. Let me see. Yeah, Mark 4:22. And this just repeats the same verse that was in, I'll just go back and get it. The Spirit got it again. For there is nothing here which shall not be manifested, neither anything kept secret, that but it should come abroad. If any man hears to hear, let him hear. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. And said unto them, take heed what ye hear, what measure ye meet, as you merit to you, and unto hear, and that hear shall be more given. For to him that has, to him shall be given, to him that has not, for him shall be taken even that which he has. So we were given a gift of faith, and we were given the ability and the opportunity to seek this word and teach it. And that's going to be required of you in that day. The parable of the talents comes to mind. And the weak mind is what makes excuses. It's the flesh really that makes excuses. That tells you that you don't got to do this, or it's okay to do that. And if you listen to that flesh, it can destroy you. We are supposed to be ambassadors of this gospel. Let's get Psalms the 40th chapter, I think it is. This is Psalms 40 and verse 9. This is the words of David, I believe. It's a lot. I don't know why it's not working. There it is. It says, I have preached righteousness in the great congregation. Lo, I have not refrained my lips. Let's get that. I have not shut up. I have not withheld or be restrained. I have not hold back. To keep back, refrain, withhold. And that's what the man that hid his talent in a napkin did. He refrained. It says, I have not refrained my lips, O Yahweh, thou knowest. So he knows, man. He knows our works. He knows our sincerity. He knows what level of commitment that we have. He knows on how if you prioritize him or not. And he judges these things. It says, I have not hid thy righteousness within my heart. I have declared thy faithfulness and thy salvation. I have not concealed thy loving kindness and truth from the great congregation. And for this David asked for mercy. And we ask for mercy for doing these things. Withhold not thou thy tender mercies from me, O Yahweh. Let thy loving kindness and thy truth continually preserve me. For innumerable evils have compassed me about. My iniquities have taken hold upon me, so I'm not able to look up. They are more than the hairs of my head. Therefore my heart faileth, because he was in a dire situation. But he was counting on his declaration of righteousness and his faithfulness for the Lord to show him mercy. And we're going to rely on that same thing. So this is a work that's going to bring either a great reward or great destruction. So we got to keep that in mind as we go about our walk. With that being said, just another quick lesson. Most I wouldn't hope is edifying. Instead, I want to give honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.